To talk about the shows that are taking place at the Thousand Islands Playhouse, we have in the studio the managing artistic director, who happens to be Brett Christopher. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
It's always a pleasure. We love to find out what's happening west of here and what's going on in the Playhouse. So I have heard that your shows are just selling out. Is that happening?
I think we've had about 110 performances so far this year, and we've sold out 85 of them.
Amazing.
So almost every night has been full, which has been incredible and so much fun.
It's encouraging.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Coming out of the pandemic, here we are sort of 3 years later, and things seem to be, humming in a great way. People are very excited to be back.
And you were just directing.
I did. I just opened the next show, which is Mary's Wedding.
Yes.
And it was a wonderful experience. We have Wade Bogart O'Brien, who's a Shaw veteran. He was at the Shaw Festival for 10 years.
Yes.
And then we have Mev Beatty, who took a year off from Stratford. She's a leading actress at Stratford. And she has come. And the two of them are the two actors in the show.
Aww.
Yeah, it's been a great experience.
So you think you'll be doing this again, directing?
I like to dabble. I like to sort of not always be in the office managing things from the computer. I like to be in there and see how we are working, because we build everything in Gananoque.
Yes.
And so working with our set construction team and our wardrobe team and see how our processes are doing. It's a great experience to sort of touch the art.
Well, it is. You have the opportunity. You might as well, right?
Exactly.
Don't let opportunities pass you by. Okay, so this is happening, and show times. I was going to suggest, because of some of the pricing and the show times are usually 7:30 or a matinee at 2 p.m., that we ask people, our viewers, to go to the website because of the costs. It all varies, and it's different costing, so you'd be better off to check it out for yourself, and then you'll know.
Yeah, we've got a wide range of prices.
You do.
And we've got everything from Gananoque Rush tickets. Yeah. So even for Mamma Mia, that was sold out every single night. There was always a few people hanging around waiting to see if there were people that didn't show up, or if people, exchanged their tickets at the last minute. Yeah. So there's always people that could scoop up those tickets. And then we range all over the place. There's also perimeter seating. Yes. So some of the seats on the side are discounted to ensure, we just want everyone to be able to come see the shows.
And why not?
Really, at the end of the day,
and
that's
what's important. And I like the idea that people are coming and hoping that there's going to be a ticket for them, and then they get it. They get the ticket because somebody unfortunately becomes ill and they don't show up.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, let's continue on here. So don't forget, you have to go to the website, which is
1000, the number, islandsplayhouse.com.
He's right. Let's talk about Doubt.
Doubt. So from Mary's Wedding, then we go into Doubt, which opens in a few weeks. Doubt is a parable. Now, it's the story of a young priest who is accused of a dalliance with one of his choir boys, which is sort of a well-mined story at this point. But Doubt, so John Patrick Shanley is a famous playwright, and he took that idea, which is a very well-known concept, a well-discussed concept, and used it to talk about moral certainty, and this is the reason I picked this play, was right now in the midst of cancel culture where, one person is rumored to have done one thing and then that's it. Their life is over.
Yes.
That's really what Doubt is about. It's like he's accused of this thing, and then there's this sort of ongoing debate through the play. Did he do it? Didn't he do it? Does it matter whether he did it? We're just going to, crucify him, for lack of a better expression.
So are we left not knowing either way, and it's left up to us to decide?
Yes.
Okay.
Not to give it all away, but
it's okay.
It's less about did he do it or didn't he do it, and more about why do we always just go right to vilifying people. And in this situation, I think because it's such a discussed idea, we naturally are going to side with the accusers as opposed to the accused. And so it makes it very gray. And it's exciting for me, that idea.
It has a negative content, to just mentioning it.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
exactly.
Well,
and he's a charming guy and all the kids love him. And so naturally, it's very gray about what happened and what didn't happen and why we need to make villains out of people. Yeah. It's a great
Very
play.
good.
It's a great
Very.
play.
So you really want us to think when we come to theater.
We like to balance it. So we like everyone dancing in their seats during Mamma Mia. And Mary's Wedding is a beautiful Canadian romance set, just before the First World War. And then we throw in a play like Doubt, which really makes you kind of walk out going, okay, we need to have a talk. Let's grab a glass of wine and talk about what we just experienced and who's on what side.
And you're bringing Jesus Christ Superstar.
Exactly.
Oh,
so there you go. We swing the pendulum back. And we put on, I think this is Andrew Lloyd Webber's premiere at the Islands Playhouse. Jesus Christ Superstar, which of course is just one of the most famous musicals of all time. Following the story of Jesus. And it's an incredible musical. So fun. Rock. So the whole band's on stage. We've got a cast of 11, I think, that'll be playing the whole thing. And we got some great actors, especially in the roles of Jesus, Judas, and Mary Magdalene.
Good.
Yeah, very exciting.
Okay.
For those who saw Once last year, the woman, Melissa McKenzie, who played Girl in Once, which was our closing musical last year, will be coming back and playing Mary Magdalene. And her performance was beloved. So if people saw that musical, they'll say, I really want to see her. Yeah.
So when is this happening?
That's happening at the end of September, basically to the end of October.
Okay.
So through the month of October.
All righty. Co-production?
Yes, it's a co-production with Western Canada Theatre, which is in Kamloops, British Columbia.
Yes.
And we work with them a lot because the theatres are similarly sized.
Okay.
So this time, it's actually already happened out in BC, and the entire production is being shipped here. And all the actors are all from all over the country. So we have somebody from PEI, somebody from Vancouver and Toronto, et cetera. So they're all coming in.
They travel all the time.
It's a nomadic life, the actor.
You got it. And let's talk a little bit about October. What is happening in October?
Well, the last show of the season is a play called Sequence, which again is a Canadian play. I'm going to preface it by saying it's a math play.
Okay,
Who doesn't like math? It's actually the story of, and it's similarly themed, it's luck versus reason. Basically, faith versus reason.
Okay.
And it starts with a guy who is the luckiest man on earth. He has correctly guessed the coin toss for the Super Bowl 20 years in a row. And every time he guesses, he bets everything. So he bets and bets every time. So he's also the richest man at this point on earth. And it's an analysis of why he might be lucky. And then there's somebody else who, and I won't give too much away, who is extremely unlucky, the car accidents, genetic disorders, and trying to determine why one person's lucky, why one person is unlucky. And the whole play, I'm really getting into it. Again, it's kind of a thinking play.
Okay, that's all right.
The whole play is written in a form like a DNA helix. So you've got one scene happens, then another, and then eventually they overlap in a way that is just really exciting and really interesting for the audience.
Sounds like it is.
Yeah.
Who chooses these shows?
Well, I do.
You do?
I do. So right about this time, so for right now, I'm just finalizing the lineup for 2025. And I look to create sort of an exciting banquet of experiences. So like I said, you have, Liars at a Funeral this year, which was a knee-slapping farce comedy, and Mamma Mia, which is a huge musical with ABBA music, but then also a play like Doubt, that really makes you think about current ideas and current themes. Just trying to get, theater alive and well in this region and make it you never know what you're going to get sort of experience. Which
is good. Is good because you don't want all musicals.
No.
You don't want all comedies.
Why? Why do we want that? They sell so many tickets. Oh my gosh.
But
no, you have to, it's a balance, right? Theater can do so many things for so many people. And so I really feel like we want to have a breadth of experience for our loyal subscribers, many of whom have been coming for 30, 40 years even. So it's really, it's exciting to think about who those people are in the audience and what new things we can do and talk to them about.
Do you have people come up to you and say, have you heard about all the time?
Every day. Every time I'm in a restaurant, anytime I'm walking down the street, I just saw a play or I just read a play or absolutely, all the time. Inevitably, it's, have you seen Hamilton? Like the massive Broadway musicals. I'm like, that play cost about $5 million. I don't think we can do that.
No.
But
scale back.
And programming is it's also a balance with the kind of fiscal realities of making theater. So a play like Mamma Mia costs us about $450,000 to produce.
Yes.
Because everything's produced in GAN. And then smaller plays, obviously with only 2 actors or a smaller set or whatever that is, cost less. So you have to sort of balance the experience that way
definitely.
as well.
Oh, definitely. Yes.
Money is only so
and it
is
only
limited,
goes so
right?
far.
Exactly.
It really does. So when will we see the new season rolling out?
Usually we have a launch day
Yes.
mid-October, kind of early to mid-October.
Okay.
Yeah, so once the final shows of this season are open,
Sequence,
then we'll launch that show. Or that season.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Will you come back and tell us about it?
I
or-
would love to. I'd be honored.
Okay, because with Christmas coming up and everything, that's
Exactly.
awesome tickets.
And there's going to be some real knockout shows, I promise.
Okay, that's not fair.
Rocky the Musical, the knockout show. No, there is a Rocky musical, but we're not doing it.
Okay, you're not doing it.
No,
Okay,
we're
all right. So we'll just have to wait until mid-October and talk to you
Exactly.
then and find out more.
Exactly.
How's that?
That would be great.
Okay, thank you for coming in.
Thanks, Doreen.
Appreciate it.